Children are more than we think they are. They can do more than we think they can do. All they need is a vote of confidence from grown-ups whom they will ultimately replace anyway. Their dream today will become the realities of tomorrow. A very fitting quote from American businessman and children's advocate Wesley Stafford as we pay special attention to our children this month. So on the show today, we continue to highlight children expressing themselves through the performing arts. We also remind you of what to do in the event of an earthquake and ways to improve your oral health. There's so much more. Please stay with us. You're watching Jamaica Magazine, and I'm Theodore Henry.
Sign with me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sign with me.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, May 18, 2023. Cabinet has approved 5,045 postcodes for the education sector. Minister of Education and Youth Favour Williams made the announcement as she delivered her sectoral debate presentation in the House of Representatives yesterday. The new posts include classroom, senior and master teachers, as well as health and family life education teachers, numeracy specialists, and teachers' aides and assistants. Posts have also been approved for non-academic staff who have been teaching or working in the education system for many years without security of tenure.
This is a major cleanup for the education sector. In the past, it has only been that on getting to retirement, that a teacher may find out that they have been working in a job without a postcode. To regularize at that time is most time-consuming and frustrating. With the new technology platforms we have, we should not get to this place again.
She says the ministry is finalizing the data, after which letters will be prepared. Still on education, 252 schools are anticipated to gain internet connectivity this fiscal year. This will add to the 438 schools already connected, bringing the total number to 690. Minister Favour Williams asserts that this will considerably reduce the digital divide in the education sector.
Today, Madam Speaker, in 2023, with the enormous efforts of this government, we are eliminating that digital divide. We are ensuring that our students, regardless of their socio-economic background, are fully equipped with devices, have access to e-resources, including e-textbooks, which are now included in our procurement.
Government will go to tender this calendar year to select contractors for the modification of an additional 19 post offices in support of the National Identification Card. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, gave the update during his contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament Tuesday.
We're presently, Madam Speaker, finishing the enrollment centre at the Post Office Mall in Ligani and will break ground for Mona and Constant Spring. Madam Speaker, we will be utilizing the post office space to create modern, state-of-the-art enrollment facilities. What we're going to do at Mona is we're going to create an almost brand new facility at Mona, because we believe that we will be able to utilize the campus that is right next door, that there will be a lot of interest from the students on campus to get their national ID.
Minister Green says the government has hired a consultant and has identified at least 100 government services that heavily use identification, which they will be seeking to digitize. He adds that a memorandum of understanding has been signed with 10 deposit-taking institutions, and 4 workshops have been held to see how they can leverage the national identification system to make life better for all. Government is moving to eliminate the need for a life certificate to verify the living status of a pensioner. This will be done with the introduction of a new national civil registration solution, which is being facilitated through the NIDS project.
The most vulnerable among us, they have to go to get a JP to say that they're alive. And why that happens, Madam Speaker, is because there's no link between our records. So if somebody passes away, there is no automatic process for you to know. This government will get rid of the life certificate regime. We're procuring a new civil registry solution to link all our records, and we're going to be introducing our national identification system.
Minister Floyd Green reveals that under the NIDS project, Fujitsu Caribbean Jamaica Limited has completed the construction and setup at the RGD Records Digitization and Indexing Facility. This has led to the successful digitization and indexing of more than 2,300 civil records.
This project will digitize all the records at the RGD from 1930 to present. We have already employed 29 Hope students, and we're seeking to employ another 11 Hope graduates, Madam Speaker.
In addition to this, RGD will be embarking on printing birth certificates in Braille to satisfy visually impaired customers. In other news, regional immigration and customs officials are being urged to take a more technological approach to improving border control and addressing threats to regional security. The call was made by Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang. He was delivering the keynote address at the opening of the 26th meeting of the CARICOM Standing Committees of Chiefs of Immigration and Comptrollers of Customs held in Montego Bay on Tuesday.
As a community, we must continue to organize, pool resources where possible, and integrate systems that will allow us to leverage information and intelligence to improve regional cooperation on security.
Minister Chang says the meeting presents an opportunity for border control agents to strengthen cooperation and share responsibility to safeguard the security and socio-economic development of CARICOM states.
This meeting must therefore seek to maximize the opportunity to advance the implementation of recommended standards and practices for passenger data exchange, such as passenger name records, PNR, advanced passenger information, API. This will improve the connection of ports within the region.
And finally, approximately 200 pedestrian crossings have been identified for refurbishing as part of this year's Labor Day focus on road safety. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, says the most urgent ones will be done on the day. She was speaking at a recent JIS think tank session.
The high levels of road fatalities continues to be of major concern and can only be lowered with the concerted effort of all Jamaicans, as most of the fatalities are avoidable.
Citizens can participate in the erection of road signs and painting of pedestrian crossings, especially those situated near schools. The National Road Safety Unit, in consultation with the National Works Agency and the respective municipal corporations, will determine the pedestrian crossings to be refurbished on Labor Day. Members of the public are encouraged to seek approval from the NWA prior to painting pedestrian crossings.
The Road Safety Council is emphasizing how important it is for us to be safe on our roads, and we certainly want to focus on our children being safe and to be able to cross the road when they leave school or when they're going to school in a safe way.
Labor Day will be observed on Tuesday, May 23, under the theme Plant a Tree for Life, promoting climate change mitigation, food security, and road safety. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Grab a shovel, make we green up this case. Fruit tree, shade tree, make we plant it there. It no matter if it big or if it little, yeah. Ready up and listen and follow me there. Me go so roots. 99.5 99.9% of shade where they bought from the tree them they round ya. Big up the people who plant up the trees years ago. Now we know say the action they wiser. More tree food security a run up. Go on in that the go plant a tree and make it come up. Shade it a go give we now the summer and go burn up. We a plant up the tree so we environment a turn up. 99.9% of shade where they bought from the tree them they round ya. Big up the people who plant up the trees years ago. Now we know say the action they wiser.
This Labor Day, May 23, plant a tree for life. Promoting climate change, food security and road safety. A message from the Labor Day Secretariat.
Did you know that improper diet and lack of the required nutrition can affect your dental health? Oh yes. So take a few minutes now to understand how to care for your teeth.
Dental health is really important because the mouth is the entry point of nutrition in our bodies. And if it is not functioning properly, then we run the risk of not getting the correct nutrition. Actually, we refer more so to oral health these days than dental health. If we have bad teeth that impair our ability to chew properly, then we will tend to keep away from certain food groups that could be challenging to chew. People with bad oral hygiene, people who use and eat and drink a lot of sweets. You can have decay, and you can also have, along with it, periodontal gum disease. You know, the big one that jump out at me is periodontal disease, gum disease. That is when the gum begin to be bleedy, sore, puffy, and just generally uncomfortable. It carries some social consequences, bad breath, and you tend to lose self-confidence. It's so important to have a consultation with your dental personnel, whether the dental surgeon or the hygienist, who will be able to diagnose the needed treatment for such a condition. All sugars are bad, but everything is in moderation. The Jamaica Dental Association endorsed the efforts of the government in reducing the levels of sugar in the bottled beverages. The aim is to get it to 2.5 milligrams in 100 mils by the year 2023. It would be roughly 2.5 teaspoonful. The current level that the government has aimed for, and it was introduced at the end of January, is 5 milligrams per 100 mils. So that is coming from 6.5, so it's a gradual reduction. And the taste will be not so significantly different. As a dentist, I recommend the soft, but I'm aware that a lot of patients tend towards the harder ones. It does some damage by cutting a little line at the neck of the teeth, just where the teeth meet the gum line. So we recommend the soft toothbrush. It's really important to begin by putting the brush on the gum. A lot of people avoid the gum because they tend to think that it makes the gum bleedy. It's the exact opposite. It is as a result of not brushing the gum why there is some amount of bleediness. And you should brush in the direction of growth. The top ones, you brush them down in a circular motion, and the bottom ones, you brush them up, covering all surfaces. Don't forget your tongue and, as I said before, the gum itself. Flossing is very, very important. If you try to imagine that the toothbrush does not get between the teeth, the only thing that can remove the material that will accumulate between the teeth would be the dental floss. The technique is also important. Hold it short get it past that little tight area and gently bring it down into the gum, that little crevice of the gum, and remove material that might have accumulated there. And we recommend 6 monthly checkup. If you tend to be prone to decays, we would really like to see you every 6 months. If you have been checked and you are pretty much okay, a yearly visit would be adequate. Extraction really is the last resort. With regular examination, we can pick up using x-rays and visual examination early decays, and these can be effectively dealt with by regular fillings. If it has gone too far and it is now in the nerve, there are other procedures called root canals that can be done, and sometimes we need to cover the entire tooth with a crown to bring it back to usefulness. If your teeth are malaligned, just not aesthetically pleasing, or are causing some kind of effect on your body, then they should be straightened. Orthodontic treatment or braces simply mean moving the teeth through bone to put them in a more harmoniously pleasing position. It's important because you are moving teeth through bone, and the harmony between the joint, the soft tissues, and the teeth must be respected. Not respecting it can result in pain in the joint, headaches, and just a general sense of discomfort in your mouth. It's important to visit your dentist regularly and without fear, because with new technology, and we now have many new dentists in our system, where it's not difficult to get an appointment to see a dentist on a regular basis. There's always a needle, but outside of that, there's absolutely no pain.
Be careful when using pesticides.
No worry yourself, man. I'm certified, licensed, and ready for the pest control work.
Mouth make me say anything, you know.
That is why I travel with my documents: PCA ID, insurance, pest control operator's license, applicator certificate, with picture and everything. Signed, stamp, seal, and up to date.
So, when them expire?
See it here on the document. All pest control personnel and companies have to be approved by the Pesticides Control Authority.
For a list of licensed companies, contact the Pesticides Control Authority at 754-9306.
We shift focus now to economic matters. Let's see some of the policy actions being taken by the Bank of Jamaica to manage inflation.
I think it's important to first remind of what are the policy actions that we have actually taken in response to this inflation shock. And as far back as August, September 2021, Bank of Jamaica adopted a three-pronged policy strategy. One, we increased our policy rate, that is the interest rate that we pay on deposits that commercial banks hold at Bank of Jamaica. We increased those to 7%, and this was meant to signal to the banks and the financial markets in general that higher interest rates are now warranted in the economy. The other aspect of our policy strategy is that we tightened the amount of Jamaican dollars, or what we call the money supply, that is available in the financial system. The third aspect, we were more aggressive in the foreign exchange market in terms of our sales of foreign exchange to the market. Now, we also complemented that three-pronged strategy with an aggressive communication campaign. Now, these three actions have resulted in a significant reduction in the volatility of the exchange rate. These actions, the increase in our signal rates and also the tightening of Jamaican dollar liquidity, are also intended to reduce or slow the amount of credit that banks provide to businesses and also to households or consumers. In addition, they're also intended to encourage savings by household and Jamaicans in general. Now, we have not been seeing the sort of slowdown in credit by the banks that we have envisioned. And as we've indicated previously, this is a concern. However, we know that credit conditions have actually started to tighten in the economy, and we know that banks have been increasing some of their lending rates. So as the monetary policy begins to take effect, we expect to see some slowing in credit growth.
As we continue to be proactive and prepare for an earthquake, here are a few steps to keep safe.
The main thing for an earthquake is to ensure that you're protecting your most vital parts of your body, and one of that is your head. So we speak to the fact that you drop, cover and hold, you get under something very sturdy, wooden table, not glass. You cover, which is to cover your head, and you hold in order for you not to be shaken off your feet. So that is in the immediate, once you're in the building. Immediately after the shake is over, you have to, as quickly as possible, evacuate the building. So you get into an assembled area, and this is where, especially for offices and schools, this is where you now start to check to ensure that all your personnel are there. We also speak to having a warden system. So companies, schools should ensure that they have floor wardens. These persons should be so trained and equipped where they can check the facility. You check to ensure that everyone would have evacuated the building. You have to check to ensure that you don't have any ruptured pipes, you don't have gas leaking and all these things too. This is just to ensure that you might not have these secondary occurrences such as fires and your hazardous material leaks. So these are some of the procedures that persons should employ in an earthquake during the immediate shake and after the shake. For businesses, it is essential that you have your continuity planning procedures. So your team should be trained in terms of your emergency requirements, general emergency requirements. So you treat with staff, or you ensure that persons are safe during the quake, or you ensure that persons are safe after the quake. A major quake, you can have a tremor going up to sometimes 30 seconds, beyond 30 seconds. It depends on the magnitude and severity. And sometimes 10 seconds can seem like a lifetime. So it's important to ensure that you are doing your emergency planning procedures, and you constantly have your drills. So it becomes second nature, or as I always love to say at the Odd Payment, it becomes nature.
We saved the best for last. As we approach the end of our show, let's head on over to the Little Theatre for an extraordinary performance by one of our creative youngsters.
Abigail Carter, and my piece is Woman Abused.
Him love me, him love me not. Him love me, him love me not. Him love me, him love me, him love me. But if him love me, why you might hurt me?
I am trying to tell women that it's not every man that you can go with that would be peaceful, great, and like passionate to you and will take care of you. It's not every man is like that. And I want to spread awareness of domestic violence against women.
Woman looking at the mirror upon yourself, no say your eye them black and now them blue. Woman looking at the mirror upon yourself, the mama say pellet them in a two.
When children see these things, they're very traumatized by it.
Him choke all ya, him box ya down, him kick ya, tell ya bad word. Woman you been battered, woman you been abused. You can't stay at the boat, you're confused. Inna yourself, you make another excuse.
The message is that just love yourself, be confident, don't shy down to the things that you really want to do, because if you do, everyone would think that you're not good enough. You know that you are good enough, but people would think that you're not. But in yourself, you know that you can do it and you can achieve.
Woman looking at the mirror by yourself, the mama shop your mental health. Woman you're depressed, so much sadness. Woman you need love, woman you need shelter. You need to rise up your life can be better. You need to rise up your life can be better.
Performing makes me open up. I used to be a closed book, but now from I perform, I'm a more open book and everybody knows everything about me. I like to dance and I like to read and I like to write as well. In Child's Month, I want people to let the children feel more embraced and more confident about their self and how they look and how they may express.
Tomorrow is National Children's Day, so celebrate your children. Show them you care. And while you're at it, capture and share some of those moments with us. Whether pictures or a short video, send them to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. Be sure to stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. Join us again tomorrow when we bring you another informative program. So on behalf of the production crew, I'm Theodore Henry. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.